This is Amrit Pal Singh. Welcome to my first video on MongoDB. Today I'll be starting with the NoSQL introduction, because before we jump into the main topic we should be having some basics of the of NoSQL, right? So let's start with this NoSQL introduction. If you talk about NoSQL thing, guys, first of all we all know what is DBMS. DBMS stands for Database Management System. We all know. So it has actually provided us the mechanism to store and retrieve data. So you can see now I have listed down the different kind of DBMS here we are having today. One is RDBMS, Relational Database Management Systems, with the likes of Oracle. Then we have OLAP, Online Analytical Processing. Then we have not only SQL, which we abbreviated as NoSQL. So in this short video, I'll be just going through the basics, right? I hope the things will be more clear. Moving forward, first of all, what is NoSQL database? In the NoSQL thing, guys, we don't have to worry about creating a table, defining the schema, set the data types of a fields as we do in the regular SQL, right? So it is a kind of a scripted thing that we need to first create a table, define the structure, set the data types, right? But here, like, we can insert, we can do other operations on the go, on the fly. This is called NoSQL database. So what are different limitations of NoSQL of the relational databases? Why we are moving towards this NoSQL thing? The very first thing is, in the case of RDBMS, we need to define structure and schema of data first. But in the case of NoSQL, it's not that like a mandatory thing, right? It's not a requirement. Second thing is, most of the applications in today's world guide stores their data in the JSON format. And RDBMS doesn't provide us the better way or a good way of performing the operations like updation, deletion, other operations on this kind of data. So this is the another reason why we are migrating towards NoSQL thing. Now, what are the advantages of NoSQL? The very first advantage we are getting with NoSQL is scalability. So what is scalability? Scalability meaning is like how we can able to scale up our system, or how we can able to scale up our things like in sync with growing data. We all know the data is growing at a exponential rate, right? So we need our system, our NoSQL database should be scalable enough so that we can accommodate the needs of upcoming data. So it's highly scalable. If you talk about MongoDB as an example, MongoDB actually make use of sharding for the horizontal scaling, right? So this point will be discussed in detail when we move across the MongoDB basics. Next is high availability. Actually, again, if I talk about the example of MongoDB, we have an auto replication feature available in MongoDB, which makes the MongoDB highly scalable or highly available, right? So this is another advantage we are getting with the NoSQL: high scalability and high availability. Moving forward, what are different kind of NoSQL databases available in market today? So we can categorize into 4 parts: key value store, tabular, document based, graph based. In key value store, example we can quote as Redis, tabular, HBase, document based, MongoDB, graph based, Neo4j, which has been specified here also. We are having 4 pictures: key value, graph, column family, document, right? So these are the 4 things available. Under key value we have Redis, under tabular or column family we have the HBase, GraphDB, Neo4j, and document based MongoDB. So when to go for NoSQL, guys? First of all, if you want to store and retrieve a huge amount of data, then you should go for NoSQL. As data is growing at a rapid rate continuously and we need to scale the database regularly, then we need to go for NoSQL. Last, when the relationship between the data you store is not that important, then there's another point when you will go for NoSQL thing. So on these 3 occasions, guys, we need to go for NoSQL. So before we end up this video, guys, what next, right? What you will be expecting next? Next point, in the next video, I'll be again meeting you with the MongoDB introduction. I hope in this short little video, you must have understood the basics of NoSQL. In the next video, guys, I'll be starting with the MongoDB thing. Thanks for watching, guys, and please provide me your feedback.